Hey guys, happy Easter. I hope you're having a lovely weekend, although it is snowing quite heavily outside right now. But happy weekend and welcome to week 3 of distant learning. So April 13 to April 17. This week, our board looks a little bit different, so I want to make sure we're all on the same page with that. At the top, you'll notice our daily class meeting does not change. All our links are still there, so for whomever class you are in. But then you'll notice there are no links for the accountability board. That is because everyone will find their own unique accountability board in your Learning Habits Google Classroom and in your Google Drive, but I will come back to that in just a moment. Green row doesn't change. Make sure you're doing everything in the green, reading carefully about what those directions say for you this week. Then you have your white boxes, which are your choices within each column, making sure you're picking at least one choice in the white blocks per column. But you'll notice this week there's only one extra row and two extra rows. So you have two choices to choose from in terms of what you want to choose in reading, writing, math, SEL, and science or social studies this week. Because the bottom column's a little bit different. You'll notice it's blue this week. This is a bonus row. You may choose to work on one of these after your work above is complete. Some of you have been asking for projects, and we want to provide those for you. So you have 3 different projects to choose from this week. Again, choosing one after your required work is already complete up top, which includes all of the green plus your extra white block in each column. So you may choose to maybe do a TikTok dance challenge, or you may choose to redesign a cover of a board game or a card game, or you may choose to do a Ruby Goldberg machine project and looking on that video to see what I mean by that. So you'll choose one, you'll document your project, reflect on it, and share, and those directions all are in your learning board this week. So remember, you have your green stuff. That does not change. That has to be done. And then you choose whether you want to do one of these objects per column, choices per column, or, wrong way, or this choice. So no longer 3 choices to choose from, just 2, because the bottom row is an extra project-based activities you may choose. Okay? So that is the difference in terms of looking at the learning board this week. So once I get to work and I start to finish things, that link to an accountability board is definitely missing. So you'll go to your Learning Habits Google Classroom or your Google Drive, and you'll find your own accountability board this week. I'm on Sylvia's because Sylvia was asking me some questions a little bit earlier today. So your date is at the top. It has your name at the top, and you have, it looks just like it did before. It has every column for math, reading, writing, SEL, science and social studies, and specialists. But you'll notice that extra bonus project-based learning thing is on the bottom. You can record what you're doing there. So since this is Sylvia's and she does not need to put her name in here anymore because I know that it's Sylvia's. So instead of saying who's done, it says I'm done with. So in this green column, when Sylvia is done with math, her green block math, I'm going to go back to the learning board. So when Sylvia finishes her 3 go formatives, not one, but all 3, she's going to put the title of that activity here. So she would say, I'm done with 3 go formatives. Then she might choose to then go to her SEL, but she's not going to do her green SEL project. She's going to do her bonus at this point. So she's going to go to her learning board, and this week, Sylvia's going to choose to do the TED Talk. When she watches the TED Talk and she responds to it via video on Seesaw, and she says that I'm done, she's going to write TED Talk. That is under her SEL column, and it tells us what Sylvia is done with, not her name. Then she did PE today, so I'm done with PE, and then she did some art. So when I look at this, I see that Sylvia has completed 4 of her jobs, her 3 go formatives, a TED Talk, and her PE and art lesson for the week. As Sylvia finishes things, she's going to type in the title for what she did. Again, her name doesn't go here. She is just using the learning board. Notice reading one of her choices is an article analysis. When you finish that choice, then you put the title in your learning board. Down here, Sylvia might be interested in doing a Ruby Goldberg project. So I'm interested in, and all of a sudden, I'm not good at typing today. Sorry, guys. I think I've eaten too much chocolate. Now she's working on her Ruby Goldberg project. And then when she's done, she's going to again put that title here. That might take her 3 days. It might take her 4 days. It might take her all week. But at least I know the progress that she is making on her board. So the change with our accountability board this week is not everyone is in this. It is your own board. You're not putting your name in there anymore. You're putting the title of what activity you have completed. The green activities are still there like normal. And then at the bottom, those are your choice activities, which are in each column that you are finishing. So a little bit different this week. And these are all within your Google Drive and in your Google Learning Habits Google Classroom. You will not see them linked to the learning board anymore. So recapping, find your accountability board for just yourself in order to put the title of the activities that you are completing. And there's only 2 rows of choices instead of 3 this week because the bottom one is for when you are all done with all your required activities. And then you can come here and choose a fun project to kind of work on throughout the rest of the week, or maybe a couple more days into the next week as well. That's why we have in your accountability board, what am I working on? Because maybe you won't be done by 4 o'clock on Friday. And that way it lets me know, oh, awesome. She can work on this for a couple of weeks maybe. And we can figure out that deadline from there. Okay? All right, guys, we'll talk about this at class meeting on Monday. But, wrong link. That is what the learning board looks like this week. I'll see you guys soon.